my first video, and I'm using this because I see all these motherfuckers on YouTube talking into this mic, so I'm assuming it's a good one, as long as I'm not rubbing my thumb on it like I just was. If I look shiny, it's because I just rubbed Vaseline all over my face, just took a bath. Love baths. Um, yeah, so I don't know, I just wanted to post something because I've been watching a lot of, YouTube lately. And can I just let it hang? I don't ever see them let them hang. I see them. Maybe this isn't the angle. Maybe this angle isn't giving what I thought it was going to be giving. Nope. Oh. Okay. Well, that's going to fall. But, anywho. Uh, yeah, my first YouTube video. New Year. Happy 2026. Just been, it's just been a day. A little bit about me. My name is Dylan. I'm 26, 27 May next year. And I currently live with my dad. I've been living with my dad for about, um, sorry, I have to get used to the eye contact thing. I've been living with my dad for about 3 years now, like 3.5 maybe. Um, and I came here under not the best circumstances. I had fucked up really bad. Um, I'm an alcoholic. That's another thing about me. Surprise! I'm an alcoholic. I like to drink, or I did at least, and obviously had to get sober because rock bottom after rock fucking bottom. So, but yeah, so made a lot of mistakes, and that's the reason why I've been so nervous to ever put myself on any kind of shaking right now, any kind of public platform because I have so many mistakes in my past, like really messed up, fucked up things, and things that I'm still working on forgiving myself for. And and I feel like maybe this is just a part of that in a weird way, just putting what I want, what I feel comfortable sharing out there, and taking that first step. Um, Another thing, I love hats. It's another thing about me. Love Batman, hence the name. I was trying so hard for Gotham Rain, like to be my handle, but some metal band has that shit on lock. I guess for the last like few thousand years, and they're like still making music maybe. But and then I was okay, what about Gotham Knight? And then it's just a whole thing. So I was like Gotham Knight Lights, and then now as I'm saying that, I realize it is very in the same vein as Friday Night Lights, which I don't know anything about. That shit's about football. Not touch that during this video. Um, but I'm sure I'm gonna have to do a little bit of editing. The whole point was that I just want to sit down, no editing, but that might not work out. But anywho, yeah, 26, name is Dylan. I was born in Oklahoma. I was adopted when I was about 3. Um, Living at my dad's as of current. I know I'm doing a really big time jump there. But living with my dad as of current, and working a dead end job right now. At a place I do not enjoy at all. But still looking. There's a good prospect of a place that I feel like I can make the possibility. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's just been a day. Like I called my mom, and my mom, she's a great mom, but she's also but there's no but. She's a great mom. It's just I guess she was kind of having a day today, and she's been wanting me. There's this thing called a sterile technician, where basically the whole job is you go in and you sterilize, clean all the instruments that those motherfuckers use in the hospital, and then you like pack it up and it's ready for them to use again. And I was looking into it for a while, but there's like I'm full of excuses. Like I got plenty. But Just, you have to work 400 hours, basically unpaid. By my research that I was doing, you have to be very lucky to find a paid 400 hours, and then you get certified, and it's just a whole thing. And she's really been pushing me to do that. And then today she was like, "You're about to be 26 this year." I said, "Mom, I'm gonna be 27." And she was like, "27? You're almost 30." And I was like, "Fuck." And she was like, "You're almost 30." She was like, "You want to keep working dead end jobs for the rest of your life?" And shit like that. And I was just like, "Damn, speak on it, I guess." And then my dad, he's been struggling with some stuff lately, and I'm living with him and working this job that only schedules me maybe 3 days a week. And he just basically told me the same thing essentially, and it was just the whole thing. And I was like, God damn. I was like, fuck me. And like, today sucks ass. Pity party. But I'd say it's ending on a good note. I'm not gonna stay up for New Year's. This is the first New Year's I haven't stayed up in like a long time, but it's just not my priority right now. My priority is I just want to get my sleep, get my I like to watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of true crime. Yeah, that's right, true crime. I watch movie reviewers, you know, just a bunch of really cool people that I enjoy, and also channels that talk about lolcows. Lolcows are like, I'm sure maybe people don't need me explain this, but lolcows are essentially just people that are just like insane and like make themselves look like fools. I.e., me. I feel like I'm making myself look like a fool, but I'm gonna force myself to do this because I've been spending so much time on YouTube lately, and I'm like, what, I'm just gonna do it. But I guess one thing I want to talk about is my sobriety journey. I guess AA wasn't really for me, and I thought I was like actually like psycho for thinking that, but apparently it's like a whole thing that like people are like AA is not the only answer. So that's good. But I had like two different sponsors, and I kept fucking eye contact, and I kept like fucking up, basically relapsing, and went to rehab. At one point I was in one of those I'm blanking on the name right now. I'm gonna kick myself when I watch this back, but the place that put you in when they think you're gonna kill yourself, or ooh, maybe I can't say that on YouTube. When they think you're gonna do something bad to yourself, um, did not enjoy that place at all. So yeah, that was yeah. And then I was in a sober living house for a while. And I'd like to say that a lot of that was a part of like, like, ooh, I want to get sober, I want to do this, I want to do that, live a better life, be a better me. But it was essentially just because I just wanted to keep my place to stay with my dad. But in that process, it did become about me and wanting to be a better version. And, because every time I went down, I had a tendency to pull everyone else down with me. Selfish motherfucker. And I decided that just can't be my life anymore. And one of my biggest goals in life is to be a dad. And we got plenty of those deadbeat drunk dads out there, and I don't want to add on to that. So I was like, I need to get together, and hence my sobriety that I've had for a while now. And when I first started in AA, I don't know, maybe I started in the wrong group. I mean, they were cool, but it was essentially just like um, a bunch of old people. So every time I'd be like sharing my story, like my age, because at that point I think I was like 23 or something, and they'd be like, "Oh, when I was 23, I was like down and out in Arkansas, like killing my family, getting drunk." And I was like, "God damn!" I was like, "Well, fuck me. Like, I guess I have time. I guess I can try." But I mean, no, obviously. But I was it just, I don't know. I always felt like, you know, and then I got more of an idea of like the whole like agency and the whole corporate of it all for AA, which I know sounds crazy. but it really is a thing. Swear to God. But I'm not talking shit. Like like I admire people that genuinely are able to pull something from that, and I really feel like if I pushed myself hard enough, I could do the same. But I found a way to monitor and keep my sobriety stable on my own, which is not something a lot of people can do. Multiple times I've convinced myself that maybe I'm not an alcoholic, I'm just a heavy drinker, I'm just, one of those. And then I would always go on a bender for like 2 weeks and like ruin my life. And I'd be like, well, maybe there is an issue. And then, cycle over and over again. I finally decided, no, I am what I am. And I'm just going to accept that and live my life. And I have. And I'm not saying that I live, like, obviously I don't live a perfect life right now, but I make mistakes a lot, and I lie, and I do things that I shouldn't do, but, you know, I definitely, it's not as bad as it had been, which I'm sure eventually I'll go into the things I've done. Um, but as of right now, just know that drinking took me to some really bad spots. And, you know, and when I was I went to outpatient, um, and, I don't know, when I was an outpatient, I came to this realization that I've really dug myself in a hole to the point where I've pushed people away. Because like I said, when I go down, I have a tendency to bring people with me. And, God, this fucking eye contact is hard. I can do it in person, but just like looking at myself, I'm like, fuck. But I kept a good bubble around me, and, have a few people that I love the most in the world that I communicate with. Um, and to me, that's what matters most to me. And I, but like I said, I feel like I put myself in a hole because sometimes I'll be like, it's just hard. Once you get to a point where you've kept people out for so long, it's kind of like, how do you start letting people back in? Because the thing about me is, never, I don't trust myself, you know what I mean? So it's like a fear of just, you know, exploding again, and taking everyone with me. Um, so I'm trying to find a way to balance that now. Um, yeah. Another thing is I'm gay. I'm a gay male, if you can't tell by that Taylor Swift vinyl in the background. Um, I want to show you my Taylor Swift cup, but I'm so scared if I make any kind of movement on this table right now, everything's going down. So I'm just gonna maybe wait on that, build that courage up. But gay man, I wish I wasn't. Jesus Christ. It is like fucking Hunger Games out here, I swear to fucking God. When they tell you it's a choice, I fucking wish it was, because at this point, people my age, guys my age, I went older. I sure the fuck did. I went like maybe like 40. It's like the oldest person I've ever talked to. They ain't worth shit either. God damn, everyone's the same. Like all the men are, including me. All men are the fucking same. And I mean, obviously, men aren't like terrible people. Like that's not the agenda I'm trying to put out there. It's just they're an acquired taste, and unfortunately, that's the only thing I'm attracted to. And just not the personalities, just mostly the looks. I've yet to find someone that, as of late, that really keeps me interested. But yeah, so that, I guess that plays into the whole like my bubble. Like I need to shrink my bubble a little bit and let some more people in, fill that room up a little bit. But it's hard. It's hard once you get to like a point of just like complacency and just a routine. And but it's something I'm gonna have to push myself to do. I want to say 2026, that's the year, but honestly, I'm not gonna be that motherfucker. I don't know what the fuck next year's gonna be like. Might be the same shit. And you know, I mean, that sounds really negative. I promise I'm not a negative person. I'm just filtering my thoughts right now. But I guess that's an introduction to me. And obviously I want to tell more about myself, and there's different things I want to like get into on here, things that I enjoy watching, you know, um, like movie reactions. I think that'd be fun, but I did my fucking research, and apparently it's like, God, it's hard out here to do that shit. But I guess you just have to do it, and it happens. But if anybody has any tips on that, that'd be pretty cool. Um, Movie reviews, music. Obviously, I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift, a lot of Lord, um, a lot of Lana Del Rey. Shocker. Um, I like the MCU. Listen, I know they got a rap now. I know the last few movies ain't been hitting, but I still eat that shit up. I was there fucking seeing. I want to show you, but I noticed I have a Red Hulk popcorn bucket. I'll be sure to show you next time. Sick as fuck. I wasn't expecting shit from the new Captain America movie. I don't think anybody really was. So I don't think it was that bad. I still enjoyed it. Like the dialogue was. I was there for Harrison Ford, and people were like complaining that he was spoilers that he only turns into the Red Hulk at the end. But I was like, you know what? I got what I got. I'm gonna take it, which is a bad place to be in as a consumer. I'm not saying that you should ever lower yourself down to that. It's just, my mom took me to see the first Iron Man, so I've been invested in the MCU for a minute. But, I will say I did love Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was amazing. Well, amazing's heavy term. Great. Florence Pugh. Come on. With that fucking, was it Russian accent? How are you not gonna like that, you know? And I saw Avatar yesterday, the new Avatar. Yo, I don't know. I never know what the fuck is going on in those movies. My mom took me to see the first one when I was a kid in 3D. Sure. I hadn't seen it since. And then I went and saw the second one, The Way of Water, on a date with a guy. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I literally disassociated like halfway through the movie, and apparently that's the movie that everybody loves. So I rewatched the first one, and the plan was to rewatch the second one, but I only rewatched the first one, and I went and saw the third one yesterday, and I had fun. I had fun in the third one. My brain is less foggy than it was when I saw the second one. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure when I saw the second one, I was like, I knew I was going to rehab, and I was just like, I was like, that's all I was thinking about. So, like this third one, it was literally like an escape, 8 hour long movie. I was sitting there, got that recliner up, and I was just like, take me somewhere, and it did. So I appreciate that for sure. Um, uh, yeah, that's about it. I can't think of any other movies. I was just watching Alien Covenant. I love the Alien movies, but I put that shit on while I was making this new YouTube account because, usually I watch YouTube and then I can't watch it while I'm making a new YouTube account. So I was like, well, fuck, what do I do now? So I turned on Alien Covenant because, weirdly enough, it's become like a comfort movie for me. I don't know if I should be saying that, but it's just, and I know people don't like that movie. I don't even know if I like it. You know what? I do like it. You know what? Fuck it. God damn it. I love that movie. I fucking love that movie. I don't know why. It's so stupid and it's so by the numbers. I eat that shit up. I I don't know. I love it. Um yeah, that's what I was doing. And tonight I'm gonna, after I do this. By the way, the lighting situation is kind of crazy right now. But here I have the reason. When I go to sleep. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have. When I go to sleep, I play something on my TV, volume 0, and then on my phone I'll play like a YouTube video plugged in. That's why my battery's shit. But I'll play. Can you imagine if this mic was like shitty this entire time? Uh, Shit. Phone plugged in, got YouTube, whatever the fuck playing, and it's always bright as like, god damn, these people live on the fucking sun type shit. I'm like, I'll be like, I'll look over and I'll wake the fuck up, and it'll take me another hour to go back to sleep. And I know you're like, oh, brightness, whatever. But like, when your eyes adjust to like a dark room, like, it doesn't matter how low your brightness is, that shit gonna be bright. If they're living on the fucking sun, apparently. So I just thought, I want to do more neutral, nice little vibe. God, I'm yapping. I'm yapping. When I tell you I came into this just wanting to do it and had nothing else to say, quite literally the reality of the situation. But you know, I thought it'd be fun. Maybe make a little, little list or something. I can go through shit. More uh, calculated. I feel like that'd be good. But this is kind of nice. I'm kind of enjoying like the free flow of whatever the fuck I've been talking about for the past 20 goddamn 20 minutes. Goddamn. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff I'd like to get into. I just wanted to put my foot in the door and kind of set up a vibe for who I don't know if I really set a vibe for who I am, but I'm a good guy. I swear I'm a good guy. I'm not like a crazy alcoholic person. Was I in the past? Now? No, I'm not. Now I feel like I'm a good person. And I really only get to share this with the few people that I choose to share it with. And I just felt like maybe, I don't know, something told me to do this and I'm going to listen. I've been praying a lot. I'm religious, by the way, but, obviously I don't judge um, people's beliefs. Let's get that out there. Um, so I've just been when something clicks, I just do it at this point. You know what I mean? Like my mom said, almost 30 years old. So yeah, almost 30 years old, sitting in my dad's apartment making a YouTube video talking about alcoholism. That's where I'm at, working a fucking shitty ass job. And I know everybody's like, damn, my job sucks. My job fucking sucks. It sucks ass. It is horrible. And this is the first time I've ever had a manager. Well, don't let me lie. The person I saw Avatar with was actually my old manager. I used to work at a hardware store, and she's a lesbian. Love lesbians. I feel like I could go anywhere with a lesbian, and I'd be safe. And put that out there too. Um, and they intimidate me, but not her, cause she's like girly girl lesbian. But my manager I have now, he's gay, homosexual, queer. He's given me more trouble than any of my managers I've ever had in the past. And it wasn't until I mean, it wasn't until I basically was forced to come out and say I was gay that he started treating me differently. I was like, something right there is not clicking. Not clicking. But maybe I shouldn't have just said on that at YouTube. But I mean, the 3 people that are gonna watch this, which if you're one of those 3 people, I love you. Thank you for clicking. This is gonna be a occurring situation, and like I said, I'm gonna make a list and write shit down. Music I've loved this year. I got into Ethel Kane this year. That's for fucking sure. She has. I'm sure every gay person has this experience. Just like whenever you tell a gay person you like call me by your name, and they're like, "Oh my god, I've lived like that was my life one summer," and you're just like, "Oh fuck me, Jesus Christ." I got into Ethel Kane, and I did not know that she was trans. I swear to God. Oh wait, no. The whole point of me going on that whole little spiel was she has a song called "House in Nebraska." I have literally the worst memories to that song. So I could not listen to it at all until I grew the fuck up. And this camera keeps focusing on things because I'm like getting, But, and then I made a friend of a coworker earlier this year, and I finally got into listening to her. I was like, God damn, this shit's good. Had no idea she was trans this entire time. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then her new album, Willoughby Tucker, I Will Always Love You, one of my favorite albums of the year. She knows how to make a bitch sad. She can make a 6-minute song of like, and I'm over here like, yes, exactly. Rosalia, loved her new album. I know everybody's fucking gassing that shit up, eating its fucking coochie right now. I'm in the same boat. That's a good album. That's a great album, actually. Great album. Life of a Showgirl. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to die, so maybe I should tread carefully. That was the first Taylor Swift album where I was sitting in this exact chair, exact blanket, same vibe. I had to get up and pace my room after because I was like, I don't know. And then I had to like waterboard myself, and then eventually I was like, okay, there's something here. So definitely not her best album, but you know, glad we got it. Well, got something. I love the song Wishlist. I'll be honest. Uh, that I'm happy we got that just for that song alone. You know what I mean? Um, who else came out with music? Lord, Virgin, great album. Short album. Goddamn, I like to listen to shit when I clean. I feel like I'm like dusting for 5 minutes and then it's restarting the album. I'm like, what the fuck? Um, what's another one? Selena Gomez's new album she did with her husband. What the fuck was that? What was that? I like the singles. I think, if I remember correctly. But look, I'm just like going on about shit now. Look at me. I'm looking at my wall. Like, who else came out with shit? Um, okay, well maybe I shouldn't spend too much time on that if I'm having such difficulty remembering. But yeah, any music recommendations I'll take. I feel like I've set my vibe. Lord, Lana, apparently Ethel Kane now. She's great. She's honestly great. Taylor Swift, you know, Ariana Grande. Actually have an Ariana tattoo. It said "Better Off" because that's like my favorite song ever, and I got it done in my bedroom, and by a girl who's just learning how to do tattoos. So it faded. That shit hurt. I got a tattoo above my knee. Fine, whatever. Felt like I was in fucking Saw when she was doing that shit to my finger. I was like, fuck. Like I felt like it was something like I had to go through to like win a game or something. You know what I mean? I was like, god damn, how do people do this shit? Um, any other interests? I used to be into Funko Pops. I was at Target the other day. $15. $15 for a Funko Pop. What, my rent? Because I saw the Tin Man and I was like, oh, that'd be kind of fun to have. Love Wicked, by the way. So I was like, oh, that'd be fun to have. No, no, it would not be fun to have. What the fuck? $15? Maybe it's just Target. I don't fucking know. But if that's the point they got into, they just need to get rid of them as a whole. I'm saying, like, goddamn, you can't even collect shit anymore. You know what I mean? Love Legos. I need to get a Lego set. Oh, that'd be fun to do on this channel. Build Lego sets when I can afford them. When I get out of this fucking goddamn sweatshop I'm working at right now. Um, what else do I like? I watch a lot of true crime, which I shouldn't do. Um, and I love Batman. Okay, maybe this is what's been leading up to the end of this video. Batman. I love Batman. Everything Batman. I've been obsessed with Batman since I was a kid. Shocker, he's like one of the most popular superheroes in the world. I fucking love Batman. I love him. I am obsessed with that world. It pulls me away every time, I could put on the animated show or Mask of the Phantasm or just some random shit. Some random Batman shit. It takes me away every time. Know what I mean? I heard there's rumors. This is why I need to stay off Instagram. By the way, I don't have any social media. The one I do have is Instagram, and I got on there like somewhat recently because my ex had messaged me on there, and I was like, oh, let me see if he messaged me back. Fell back into that rabbit hole, just like getting on Instagram. Anyways, I'm done with it again. But saw that there's a rumor that Scarlett Johansson's gonna be in the new Batman movie. Yeah, yeah. All right. I mean, I was already gonna be there front row, but goddamn, I'm gonna be right up on that screen. I love Scarlett Johansson. I feel like she can't do anything wrong. Anything. Well, I mean, not. She can't play a role bad. Oh, my favorite actress of all time in my 26 years of living is Jennifer Lawrence. What the fuck was that new movie she was just in? I recognize that's not for me because apparently it's like something about postpartum. Obviously, I don't know shit about that. But, I mean, good God. I've never watched a Jennifer Lawrence movie where I was checking like how much time I had left. And I don't know. And it just, it made me realize how overhyped Robert Pattinson is an actor. And how just fucking amazing Jennifer Lawrence is. Maybe I should take that back. Robert does really well in like, specific roles or the roles that he takes. He's obviously cherry picking his shit, which is good. But this one, I was just like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But anyways, maybe I'll just end it on that. I love Batman. I love him so much. But this is gonna be my first video, and more to come. And like I said, the 3 people watching right now, mucho love, mucho love. But I hope this becomes something good for me, because usually I take everything good and make it bad. So I'm hoping that this does not become that, and I won't let it. So yeah. Anyways, I love y'all. Happy New Year's. I'm gonna go lay down. Gonna wipe this fucking Vaseline off my face. Do not do this shit. I don't know why the fuck I've been doing it. I feel like shit. I feel like shit. I feel like it's making me physically ill feeling the shit on my face. But next video it's still on my face. But anyways, love y'all. Happy New Year, and I hope this leads to something pretty cool. Yeah. So deuces. What's a cool outro? What if I just like da na 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 na, like the Batman theme song? You know how back in the old day they would be like, okay, see, I'm actively trying to figure. Yeah, da na 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 na. That ain't gonna stick. But Happy New Year. I love you all. Stay blessed.